Gana action, niba ushaka kwiga indimi Gana action, ushaka kuba umusirimu Gana action.
You are welcome again at Action College. Here we are talking about the school, which is showing you a lot of benefits you're getting from joining us. We are offering you a lot of services, including like studying with us in classes. Our classes are everywhere and are opened. Whenever you want to join us, make sure that you join us. We have a lot of services for you, including like studying technical, technical stuffs, and including studying like languages, and those ones who need to be like like private candidates, like you are most welcome. So thank you so much again. Here we are live in online class, and we are going to have another lesson of English. You are very welcome again on our lesson of English, where we are going to talk about adjectives. It's not the first time to talk about this, and I want to remind you that what you're going to see here is going to be explaining more and more what we were discussing about last time. So let's not waste much of the time and get started. As you can see here on the screen, we are going to talk about two structures of adjectives. The first one is comparative and comparative. For example, better and better. This structure is used when you want to show the changes over time. And we'll be talking about another structure which is correlative comparative, to mean the comparative. Okay, without wasting much of the time, let's just start with our first structure, which is comparative and comparative, like better and better. Comparative and comparative, which is better and better, as an example, this structure is used when you want to show the changes over time. Normally, I would like to tell you that this structure is used when you want to show the increasing or decreasing gradually or something. Here, as you can see, we have some examples which we are going to use in order to understand this. Actually, the first example, as you can see, is things are getting better and better. When you say that things are getting better and better, what you should know is that it's this kind of structure which is being used here in order to show the changes. When you say things are getting better and better, it means that better is a comparative of good to show how like things are becoming like good more than how it was before. We have weather is becoming hotter and hotter. So hotter is also a comparative of hot. So to show that the weather is getting hot, like more than how it was before. And we have she's getting more and more confident. As you can see, like confident is an adjective which is composed of more than two syllables. So for this case, normally we know that when you are forming a comparative, we use more, right? And this sentence showing that more confident is a comparative or confident. So here you see that like things, she's getting more and more confident means that how she was confident before is no longer how she's confident. She's more confident than before. And the last one is the situation is becoming less and less serious. When we say the situation is becoming less and less serious, actually this means that how the situation was before is no longer how it is, but it's becoming less serious. When you say less, is also a comparative whereby you know that we use less when we form comparative for adjectives which are formed by of more than two syllables, and we are supposed to use less in terms of comparison. This was about structure, comparative and comparative. For example, better and better. So let's just get ahead with the next structure of comparative. As you can see it on the screen, here you have correlative comparative. Correlative comparative means what? Correlative comparative, for example, here you have the comparative, the comparative. Okay, so this is a mini structure which is used to show how one thing depends on the other one. Okay, normally it means that like how things like can depend on others or dependence of things. So without wasting much of the time, let's just try to be quick. And here we are going to look at this example, right? And the first one is going to be the quicker you work, the sooner you finish. We say that the quicker you work, the sooner you finish. Completely you have to understand that it is showing like that if you don't work quick, right? It means that you can't finish soon, right? So you have to use kind of comparatives in order to show how one thing can happen depending on the other one. As you can see here on the structure, you can see that like we have two clauses. Normally, when it comes to correlative correlative sentences, they are those sentences which are formed by two clauses, right? So the first clause is normally known as independence clause. The second clause is normally known as dependent clause. So dependent clause can't, an action independent clause can't happen if independent clause didn't happen, right? So you have actually to understand that one is depending on the other one. So it's showing dependence. Okay, the next sentence is like, the more you practice, the better you become. You say that the more you practice, the better you become. Here simply means that like you become better when you practice more. So it's showing the dependence, like changes, but in terms of dependence. The more you practice, the more you become. And another one is like, the harder he studies, the higher his marks are, right? You say the harder he studies, the higher his marks are. It means that like the dependence here is happening on how he studies. And then it gives you, it gives him like many marks. So above this, it's showing how like the marks of this guy is just are like increasing, right? But the changes are always happening because of what happened before. Another sentence, the last but not least, let's have another sentence here, which is, the less you spend, the more you save. The less you spend, the more you save. So this is somehow figurative because you can't understand it easily, right? The less you spend, the more you save. Okay, it can be depending on certain context, right? So guys, these were kind of structures whereby we're talking about two structures. The first one was a comparative and comparative, and the second one was it was the comparative. These are expressions, structures which are used in terms of adjectives in order to show the changes, in order to show dependence. So I was very pleased to be here in front of you. Let me remind you that here is at Action College, and me, I'm Teacher Lambert. And let me hope that we are going to meet next time. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Gana action, niba ushaka kwiga indimi, gana action, ushaka kuba umusirimu, gana action.